Hi everyone, this is again a 30-minute, just under 30-minute workout. A lot of stuff inspired by the reformer sequences, and we use 3-pound hand weights. So you're going to start with your legs crossed, holding your weights. They can be 2 or 3 pounds, palms facing up. Any seated position that's comfortable for you. Just roll your shoulders back a few times. Find an awareness of where your shoulder blades are on your spine and on your back. Then elbows into your sides, reach your arms straight out to the side, and then bend your elbows back in. Exhale to reach your arms out. Here, I want you to think about reaching your arms wide. So you almost feel your shoulder blades flatten into your back. Exhale to reach. Inhale to come in. Reach out and hold. Lift your arm up to the ceiling and bend up and over towards the other arm. And again, lifting that left arm up, bend up and over to the right. Restack the spine. So you lift and you're always reaching. Can you create more length in your waistline as you do this? Lift, up and over, never collapsing. Let's take this one more time each side. Lift left, bend up and over, reaching longer through that side. Lift both arms up, lower them down. So for this one, make sure that your arms are in line with your temples. As you lift your arms, pull your front ribs down and keep the back of your spine long. Last one to lift and hold. And now you're going to angle yourself slightly forward and start to reach to the side. Okay, reach and then come back to center. Can you make your body as long as possible? Keep your hips anchored down as you reach to that side. There's no bending, it's all length. This one's tricky to feel. Keep planting those hips down and reach, reach, reach. Come back to center. And then reach, reach, reach. Center, lower the arms. Palms facing up, reach your arms forward, and then in. Reach forward, side, forward, and in. Keeping the body still as you do this. So there's actually a lot of core work involved. Never letting your arms disappear behind your periphery. So now we're going to slow it down, reach your arms forward, lift the breastbone as you open the arms, and return neutral. So you're adding a little tiny extension with the upper spine, never letting the extension go into your lower back. Core stays engaged. Now, turn the palms in, open and close your arms. Just like your hug on the reformer. Exhale to close, inhale to open. You'll notice here my arms are actually too high. Try to have your arms a little lower than your shoulders. Okay, last 2. Last one, open your arms, reach further to the side and draw little circles. Tiny, tiny little circles. About 8 in one direction, and then 8 in the other direction. Keep finding length. Again, keep reaching wide, shoulder blades flat, relax the arms down. Turn to face sideways. And then exhale, you're going to reach your arms forward as you roll halfway back. Inhale, bend your elbows, restack the spine. So think about pulling your sacrum down into the mat. Your weights are going to help with this. Exhale to pull the waist into the mat. Inhale to restack the spine. Now hold, bicep curl. Exhale to bend, inhale to lengthen. So the highlight of this is really the core. Keep pulling the waist down, keep that back round. Keep your spine long in this C curve. Just a few more. Now reach your arms forward, restack the spine. Roll back again, turn the palms to face one another and open to the side and return. You can still continue to think about that length you felt earlier in that seated position. Exhale as you open, inhale to close. Okay, and one more time, reach your arms forward and roll all the way down. Okay, give yourself a moment. Stretch your arms back with no weights. Let your ribs flare open. And then organize yourself with your knees bent, your hands on the weights. You're going to curl the head, neck, and shoulders up and reach your legs long. Lower your legs down as much as you can without losing the connection of your waist into the mat. And we're just going to breathe here, 10 cycles of breath in total. So this is taking place of our hundreds. Instead of pumping the arms up and down today, focusing on pulling your waist into the mat and getting your legs to go as low as they can go. You're still reaching your arms long. And at no point should your back of your body leave the mat. And if it does, bend your knees back into tabletop and then regroup. One more breath. And then lower the legs down. Grab your weights, lower the head down. Full roll up. Nod the chin. Keep the feet flexed actively as you stretch towards your toes. Contract the core and the waist to roll down. Head goes down, arms are shoulder height. Keep those feet active. Keep your heels digging into the floor as you do this. Think about peeling your spine off the mat like a Band-Aid. Never missing a bone in your back. Okay, just a few more like this. Inhale, exhale to roll, reach forward. Immediately inhale to roll back, exhale to continue. And again, breathing in, exhale to round. And this time, restack the spine. Keep the feet flexed, open the arms to the side, twist your spine, and then return to the front. Still think about pulling the weights apart from one another. So there's always this sense of width. So if you had a big elastic band between your hands, you would be stretching that elastic as you twist your spine. Pulling that elastic apart wide, return center, and then again twist and return center. Twist and reach, pull apart. Think about length through that whole spine, and then roll all the way down onto your back. One leg circle. Your hands can rest on the weights. Point your foot, lift the leg up, and then circle it across, down, and around. Across, down, and around. Everything stays still except for the leg. About 6 in one direction. Always pausing in center, and then go to the other side. Out, down, and around, and up. 5. Okay, keeping that bottom leg straight, pelvis still. Then scissor switch your legs, other side, across, down, and around, and up. I always imagine if I had a flashlight on my belly button, it would be shining straight up towards the ceiling. It wouldn't be meandering from right to left. It would be laser focused on the same spot. That way you can ensure your pelvis is staying as still as possible and you're getting true, authentic hip mobility. Last one. And lower your leg down. Bend both of your knees and reach your weights straight up towards the ceiling. Shoulder bridge. Roll your hips up and then roll your hips back down. Your feet are hip distance apart. Think about the heels being right in line with the center of your hip socket. Your arms are plugged down into the mat. And when you roll up, you're creating a long diagonal line from your knees to your shoulders. Stay at the top and scissor your arms. Take it slow at first, feeling that connection, feeling that strength, and avoiding any swaying from side to side in your legs. Your bridge is your foundation, and your arms are your gesture. Keep going. One arm down, one arm back. Can you keep the front ribs flat? Roll down. And then roll back up again. Let's add on to that. You're going to lift your right leg to tabletop, scissor your arms. Place the foot down, lift the arms to the ceiling. Lift left leg, tabletop, scissor arms. Lift weights to ceiling, place the foot down. Take your time with this one. It's a brain one and a body one. Eliminating any side-to-side motion. Lift legs, scissor arms. Foot comes back down. Lift legs, scissor arms. Then hold and roll down bone by bone. Now straighten the legs and reach your arms backwards in line with your temples and then bring them back up. A few times like this. Now I want you to focus on keeping the back of your rib cage connected to the mat as your arms go back. Then start another full roll up. Reach all the way towards your toes and then restack the spine. Separate your feet and your arms for saw. Bend forward towards your baby toe, return to center. You twist, reach to your pinky finger, and roll up. And by pinky finger, I mean pinky toe with pinky finger. So you want to twist first, and then you bend. Then you roll up, then you come center. Not letting this get muddled altogether. So you first twist, bend and reach, roll up, and center. It's fluid, but there are 4 distinct movements. Roll up and center. You twist, you bend forward, you roll up, you come to center, and then lower your arms. Rolling like a ball. So you're going to scoot forward towards your heels, leave your weights where they are, grab your shins, gaze down to your core. Tuck the tail, roll back to the shoulder blades, and lift up. I always find this so challenging, but attempt to bring your sacrum down to the mat first. This happens from the pelvis. You don't want to throw your shoulders back as the first thing. You really want to get that lower spine into the mat. Now roll all the way down. Grab your weights and place your weights on your forehead. Single leg stretch. Bend one knee into your chest, straighten the other leg long. Keep your waist down and just keep alternating. Feel your big toe slide up the inner seam of your pants. Those weights are adding extra load, extra challenge to your core. Keep going, and then you're going to add a twist. Rotate and reach your weights across your bent knee. Across. Exhale, across. Out of the corner of your eye, watch your pelvis stay still. So again, that flashlight on your belly button is laser focused on the ceiling. Now this time, reach your arms up and over your legs as you switch sides. So you're maintaining height in that flexion. Keep going until you can't stand it. And then come to center. Double leg stretch, just the arms. You're going to take a top hat off and circle your arms around. Take a top hat off, circle your arms around. Legs are staying in tabletop, knees squeezing together, toes pointed. Taking this right into our scissors, straighten the legs, tap your weights, reaching further. Tap your weights on the back of your thigh. Keep the feet flexed for an extra stretch. And about 4. Then reach both legs up, reach even higher, and then relax like a puddle down. Rock your head side to side. And straighten your legs, reach your weights back. Ribs heavy, full roll up to transition. Breathing in, exhale, round all the way forward. So now we're going to go into a back rowing variation. So your weights are at your sternum. You're going to roll back, your arms press back. Now you're going to press your arms behind you as you round your spine forward. Do a circle with your arms and then roll up to neutral. Exhale again, round your lower back. Open your arms, push them behind you as you dive your forehead to your knees. Circle your arms around, restack the spine, weights to sternum. Exhale again, scoop, roll back. Try to get your lower waist into the mat. How low can you go? Press back, bring your forehead to your shins, and then restack the spine. Again, scoop, roll back as much as you can, then open your arms, push the palms back, round forward, circle around, and then restack the spine. Let's do that again. Exhale, waist pulls down, arms open, press back, dive forward, circle, and then restack the spine. Now, flex your feet, bring your arms to a 90-degree angle, and then you're gonna keep a flat back and reach forward, and then bend your elbows back to 90. Draw the abdominals in, keep your spine straight, and then bend. So if you've got tight hamstrings, this is gonna be an intense stretch. Keeping your back as flat as you can as you reach forward. Keep the feet as flexed as you can, and then bend. Think about your ribs pulling away from your waist. Your waist is getting longer as you reach, and then circle your arms around. Sit back to your heels and roll all the way down. Roll over. Tap the toes behind you, flex the feet, open hip distance, and roll down. Legs stay apart, they come together, they lift up and over, tap the floor, lift the feet, flex hip distance, roll down. Press into your arms to help assist. Never roll onto your neck. Let's reverse it. So you're going to keep the feet apart. Tap them, bring them together, flex the feet as you roll down. Separate the feet, keep them apart, tap the toes. If you're super tight, you can put like a box or a pillow or something behind you so your feet have somewhere to aim to. A stack of records work. Now roll all the way up and we'll do a few teasers. Legs stay up as you roll halfway down, all the way up. About 6 in your own time. Try to keep your legs still. And I found a helpful tip is to keep my legs and my arms at the same angle. Okay, exhale as you roll down, inhale up. So a lot of about that, pulling that waist into the mat first. Lift your arms, hold, and then that's done. Lift a weight and then just take a mermaid side bend. Rotate your spine, just get any kinks out. Other side, rotate your spine, work out any kinks, and then you're gonna turn around. Lie on your stomach, and we'll do a swan. Keep your weights close by. In fact, place your hands on the weights. Legs are together, heels are together, hip bones into the mat. Press your heart forward, and then lower back down. So this is your first variation, and it progresses, but you don't have to. So you really want to feel the upper back here as you push your heart forward, the neck is staying long. Now adding on, you lift the chest, reach the right arm, place it in, left arm, lower back down to the mat, alternate sides. As you do this, press the tops of your feet down. Lower chest, and again, lift chest, reach right, reach left, lower back down. This can of course be done without the weight, super challenging as well. You can reach both arms, and then just keep reaching both arms, with or without the weights. Lower everything back down, swan. Forearms, lift the chest all the way up and turn your head to one side and then the other. Bend your elbows, lower back down. So kind of like a chest expansion. Lead with the heart, turn your head from one side to the other, lower back down. And again, press the sternum forward, lift the chest, turn, lower back down. And again, press, lead with the heart. Abdominals still drawing in, so this is about that hip extension. It's not about lumbar back extension. Push back to a rest position, a shell stretch, round your lower back, neutralize the spine, and then come to all fours. There's a few cat stretches here. So on your exhale, you round your spine, pull the hips to your face, articulate back to neutral. This will set up us for success for the next exercise, so just kind of move freely with your spine here, but never let the lower back cave. Let's do that one more time. Exhale as you round. And then lengthen bone by bone. Take the weight with your right hand. Straighten the right arm out, left leg long. Find length and then tap the floor, lift up. Tap the floor, lift up. Think about pulling the toe away from your fingers and vice versa without changing the spine at all. About 6 to 8 of these, and then pause and hold at the top. Then you're going to sweep the arm out to the side and squeeze back in the arm and leg. Sweep open, and then cross your midline with the arm and leg. Everything else stays still. Stay strong through the core, strong through the arm, the shoulder. And then lower everything down. Bring your forearms down and step back to a forearm plank. Don't worry, we will do the other side. So you're strong in this plank. Think about doing this with the arms. So pull yourself forward and push back with your arms. Let your feet kind of be stuck, like stick all 10 of your toes into the floor as you do this with the arms. So you're really cultivating that mobility at those toe joints and a lot of other things. And then tuck your chin to your chest and start to inch your toes towards your face. Finding this almost headstand, but don't stand on your head feeling. And then tippy toe, silently, quietly back to plank. Tuck chin to chest, pull your waist up, and then start to tippy toe. And then as delicately as you came in, walk the feet back, control, lower yourself back down to plank. And again, tuck the chin, tippy toe, walk your feet. Try to get a little higher, push your hips up a bit more, almost going vertical. Lowering back down. Breathe in that plank, lower the knees down, take a shell stretch. Tig's gonna make an appearance. She says hi. She's been quiet up till now. So we're gonna set up for the other side with that bird dog variation. So you're gonna take the weight with your left hand. I'm gonna tell Tig to go lie down. But if you need to wiggle out your wrists while you wait, that's fine. So you're gonna straighten your left arm out and your right leg long. Everything is long. And you can get going while you wait for me. You're gonna tap the weight and the leg down and then lift it back up. You tap the weight down and you lift it back up. So again, you're finding that length Without changing your spine, you're pulling the foot and the leg away from one another. Okay, about 6 to 8, so you're even with the other side. And then you're gonna sweep to the side and cross your midline. Open and close. Open and close. Can you note the differences that you feel in your body from one side to the other? Lowering everything down. Curl your toes and pike your hips up. Keep the ribs closed, and now round your back and lengthen your spine. So can you puff up your back ribs and lengthen back out. Heels reaching to the ground, puff up your back ribs, engaging the core and moving the spine. Lower back down, grab your weights, stand on your knees for thigh stretch. Your arms reach overhead. You're gonna lean back, lower your arms, and lift the weights as you return. So a few things to note here. Your front hip bones are gonna pull up towards your face. Your thighs are pushing forward, and your gaze is kind of actually down towards your abdominals. You wanna go back as far as you can without bending your spine. Now you're gonna lean forward and swim your arms. So from the side, your body will look like a lightning bolt, and you're gonna flutter your arms, breathing, keeping your spine strong. With 3-pound weights, this is actually very challenging. And this is my favorite part. Tig is gonna sit pretty for me. I didn't even ask her. Okay, then we're gonna do the leg portion of swimming. So we're gonna dive down, lay on your stomach, hands on your forehead, hip bones pull into the mat, abdominals lift, and your legs are gonna lift. And then you're gonna kick your legs. So if you're new at this, you'll notice that your knees kind of bend and buckle. You wanna keep your legs stick straight. The length is really more important than the height. The more hip extension you get, or the more open your hip flexors get, the more range of motion you'll get. But ultimately, think about you have a puppy's tail and you're bringing it between your legs while you kick your legs. Keep going. Trying to keep the upper body relaxed. Lower down. Flip to your side. Hands behind your head and feet move slightly forward, so you're in the shallow L. And then you're gonna do a big circle with your leg. So forward, up, and around and back. Keeping the pelvis still. Your bottom leg is kind of a kickstand. Keep the head pushing back into your hands, and then go the other direction. Big circle here. As big as you can keep that pelvis stable. This, of course, can be modified for smaller circles, more precise. Then move your feet so they're in line with your hips. Prop yourself up onto your forearm. Lift yourself up into a side plank. Lift your top arm to the ceiling. Then you're gonna thread the needle and then open up, look at your hand. Thread the needle, open up, look at your hand. Do that once more. Then bend up and over your arm, lower back down. Push down into the forearm to lift your hips and lower. Once more like that. Then open your chest and then return. This whole sequence, the pelvis doesn't get to move. Last one, lower the hips, bend your knees, and we'll go to the other side. So that leg circle, you're in that shallow L shape. Your feet are flexed, hands behind the head, abdominals are lifted. Big circle, forward, down, and around. And I am trying not to kick Tig in the face. Okay, about 5 or 6 in each direction. And then go the other way. Perhaps you have a furry friend at home. That's the best thing about working out at home, I find. Then I don't have to leave Tig for longer. Okay, side plank. Move your feet back, flex your feet, prop yourself up onto your forearm. Push your hips up, lift your top arm. Thread the needle, reach under, and then look at your hand. If that's too challenging for your balance, feel free to keep the gaze straight ahead, but do focus on moving the spine a little. Side bend up and over your arm, and then return. Lift up and over. Your legs should be active here. That's a big secret to doing a proper plank. Open your chest and return. The stronger your legs, the better you're going to be. And then lower your hips down. All right, we're almost there, guys. We're in the home stretch. Place your hands behind you. Legs are straight out ahead. Tuck your tail, lift your hips, and then lower back down. So notice, I tuck my tailbone under, I lift my hips, and lower back down. You need to have fairly open shoulders in order to do this. If you're finding fingertips forward is too tight and your head is lifting up looking at the ceiling, then turn your palms to face sideways. Now lift and just hold and breathe and just analyze your position. So the glutes are engaged, you're just breathing, chest is open, and then lower the hips down, flex the feet, round forward, place the hands behind your head, restack. Neck pull, oh my goodness. So begin by rounding your spine. Push the head up into your hands, then roll up. Round your spine, push the head up into your hands, and then roll up. So whatever force your hands are giving your head has to give back. And then you'll feel this incredible strength. Now start to roll down. I realize that's not a technical neck pull, but we'll get there, don't worry. Tuck the chin, keep the hands behind the head, start to roll up, dig your heels in, restack to neutral. Now, the full exercise, you're gonna lean back, keep your spine straight for as long as possible. Tuck the tailbone under, roll down. Keep the hands behind the head as long as you can, and then roll all the way up. Keep the elbows wide, bend forward. Roll up to neutral. We don't need to do many of these. Keep the spine straight as you lean back. Tuck the tail, roll down. I've been working on this one for years, and it's still not perfect. So if you can't even, that's fine. That's enough. All right, now roll halfway back. Peel your legs off the mat, lift them up into the air, and just try to grab your shins or your thighs and just hold this position. Your arms are straight, your legs are straight. If you are balancing this position, you have success. You've noticed I've started to open and close my legs. You can lift your arms, grab your toes, close and open. Or you're still just trying to grab your shins. Wherever you are is fine. This is an open leg rocker preparation. Lift the arms, balance and hold, and then cross your legs, come up to standing. And that's it, guys. I thought that was a really good one. I hope you enjoyed. I have a lot of videos to choose from, so I hope you enjoy moving with me. Thanks so much.